Hey everyone, we are the Gratitude Girls.
The Gratitude Girls are in the house. Hi, Lori. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you, Catherine?
I'm great. I know that you were doing some wonderful things, and we both get to do really fun and nice things. And it's time to take a look at our business. Let me introduce myself real quickly for those who are watching for the first time. My name is Catherine Asaro Myers, affectionately known as Rara. I'm broadcasting to you live tonight from beautiful Niagara on the Lake, Ontario, Canada. And I'm here with my amazing partner.
I am Lori Delk Radecki, and I am outside of Nashville, Tennessee.
Tonight, we're coming to you live to talk about, well, coaching and training, consulting and training. We're going to talk to you about prices are going up. You might have felt the pricing in many things go up. Sometimes it's your housing, sometimes it's our food, our clothing. Let's talk about our business, though. Let's talk about, is this a good time of year, or do you ever raise your prices? So, Lori, what's your take on that? We talk to businesses all the time, and sometimes they're suffering and sometimes they're thriving and flourishing.
Yeah, I think the thing is, a lot of times people, especially self-employed entrepreneurs, right? Whether it's a web and graphics designer, whether it's a life or business coach, whether it's a massage therapist, a lash specialist, whatever it is, a lot of times they just set their prices and then they stick with them and they stick with them and they stick with them. But every year, the price of that tomato goes up, right? So everything else that we're buying goes up, so why don't entrepreneurs raise their prices?
Well, let's talk about this. That's a very amazingly valid point. Why don't they? We know some who do, and we know some who don't. So the person who is not raising the prices in their business is probably not making more in their business, so they're stuck. Either their clients are not upwardly looking at what's going on, or I won't go into diagnosing it all. But if you know that you haven't changed your prices, then you may be stuck. And if it's not today, it could be tomorrow or 3 months from now. And if you think, well, I don't think anybody's going to pay me anymore, that's a question you should ask us. And we'll do an evaluation with you. And probably the business person who's not raising their prices is not willing to pay the going rate either. And so you might be dealing with maybe not getting the best advice, because you know what they say, you get what you pay for.
Right, yeah, and a lot of times it's the mirror, right? So look in the mirror. If you're not willing, like you said, if you're not willing to pay it, then that's why other people aren't gonna be willing to pay that to you, because it's that mirror work.
Well, I like to look at pricing at Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. I have a really fun relationship with money. I like to talk to my money. I like my money to talk to me. I like my financial health to be very au courant. I like to know what's happening. So I don't put it under the carpet or put it behind the closet or put it on the other side of the room. I like to make sure when I'm working, with businesses, as you do too, that every 3 months we take a look at it. And if you're not willing to take a look at it, well, I don't know what's going to happen, except you're going to shove it under the carpet. I also like to say that I like to raise my prices in October, not January, because then it's not at the beginning of the year. We already know what we're going into Q4. We know what's happening. So it's a good time to let the clients, I mean, you can grandfather a client in, of course, and you can offer loyalty advantages. But somebody who's coming in, if a project starts in October, November, December, you don't want to feel like in December you onboard somebody at the previous year's price, but then everything is going up and maybe you've misquoted the job, or you didn't calculate it properly. So I like to look at that in October. And that way, when somebody comes in, they already see those prices. And then in January, they won't see them go up. They're already where they are.
Right, yeah, and then it's also just, I think it's one of those things of the new beginnings. right? And do you want to start off with the new beginnings on your client's aspect as looking, well, she raised her prices, so that's a negative for me, right? And a lot of times that's where people look, right? As well, is the money and that, but that's a whole nother topic in training, right? Is do you look at your money negatively or do you look at your money like Catherine said? It's fun, right? Because it makes the world go round and you can do good things with it or you could do bad things with it. But it's all your relationship to your money.
Yes, and you know, if we think about the things that we pay at the end of the year, let's just talk about accounting for a second. When you do your taxes, or you speak to your bookkeeper, or whenever you have someone, I'll just say if you do something once a year, because some businesses work like that, you say, well, last year I paid 800 for it, now it was 975, because everything goes up. So if you want to find out at the end of the year when you get an invoice, that's fine. But if you calculate that, if you know what you're going to be paying, you can build that into your prices. So you're not working this year at a loss for the same amount of business that you did last year. It's good business acumen to check on things, right? What if you're on the road and you use your car for gas and, well, of course you use your car. Well, maybe it's electric, but maybe you want to calculate these things. So we invite you to not be afraid to look at it, but if you are a little nervous, speak to us because we have a really good time with money. Lori, share some of the things that we like to do.
Yes, absolutely. Well, yeah, speak with us because we do, not only these free coaching and trainings every week, but we have the monthly meetings with other guests that teach you all kinds of crazy fun things as well with our trainings. And you can see all those on gratitudegirls.com. So make sure you go there, review some of the shows, get some of the free training. Like we haven't yet anyway, but put it into a course and charge you for it, right? It's all still free. So, but also go to our Facebook page, like us, facebook.com/gratitude girls, like us, follow us there, get access to all our free trainings but message us on our gratitudegirls.com page and see there the different coaching options that we have because we offer lots of different things if you're interested in finding out how you can look at money differently if you need that training or if you need somebody on the outside to come in and look at your business, from outside the box, right? I own several businesses. Catherine owns several businesses, and then we own a business together. So we've kind of had a little knack in this.
And I love what you said that we haven't put this in a course yet, and right now it's free. I like that little teaser. So that's sort of telling our audience, go take a look now because the beginning of the year is coming. So why not take it while it's free? Because if you decide you want it next year and it's not free, don't say that we didn't tell you so.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, Lori,
Make sure to follow us on all social media.
I just
And
want to, I want to say something to you. You are a fun partner because I just didn't think I honored that enough. And I know I interrupted you. Forgive me. You are a fun partner. And if somebody wants to have a little bit of fun with us, just think about I'm in Canada, Lori's in the US. We do all these different things together with our families, with our businesses. So if you're feeling like maybe now is not a time where your energy is high, get with us. I think you're going to have a little bit more fun than you expected.
yes, absolutely. And that to say that it just works, right? It doesn't matter the distance between you because it works. And we fly to each other, we fly to other places and do things together too. And so, but yes, follow us on all social media. If you want us to come speak to your company about money too, you could reach out to us for that as well. And we will see y'all next week. Thanks everyone for tuning in.
Thank you.